Welcome back, everybody. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this beer review. This time around, we're going to take a look at something from a Maine brewery. This is Allagash Brewing Company's 16 Counties. This is a Maine-sourced ale. Allagash is right out of Portland, Maine. It's a Belgian-style ale that's been bottle-conditioned, which means we got to keep an eye out for that little clotty yeast in the bottom, because it is possible it's there. Two different schools of thought on that. Some folks say dump the yeast into the beer, it's good for you, it's one way to get a lot of protein and a good source of other nutrients. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it sours and ruins the taste of the beer a lot of times, and I just don't like the texture of that big bunch of bleh when it goes down. So we'll see if we can avoid pouring it out. Now, I am really excited to be heading to the Bangor, Maine Tap into Summer Beer Fest again this year. Allagash will be there. They've been there every one of the years that we've been so far, every year that they've been doing the festival. And I really like these guys. They got some great beers and some excellent barrel-aged stuff. So I'm hoping they'll be pouring some of their more exclusive beers, but even their plain black and white are really great beers that are easy to drink. So we've got that to look forward to, and this beer ought to be pretty good. Man, that works like a charm. Best 10 bucks I ever spent right there. So, waiting to see if it's going to roll. While I'm finishing pouring this out, make sure to hit me up down below with a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe so that you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Hopefully you're getting some value out of these, and they're taking some of the mystery out of your local beer cooler. I can smell a lot of citrus coming off of this right from here. So I got a feeling there's going to be some citrus in there, and the hop profile is probably going to be citrus forward. But it is a very effervescent beer. I mean, look at that. I didn't even put much of an effort into getting ahead on that, and it came out great. Somewhat cloudy, but there are a lot of bubbles coming up as well. So it is a very effervescent beer, like I said before. It's got an interesting, almost a copper hue to the beer, and I think they mentioned on the bottle that it should. But I described it as a copper orange, reminiscent of honey. Very interesting look to that beer. I'm going to try and give you a closer look at it. I don't know if the light's coming through really well on the camera and how that looks for you, but it is a beautiful, beautiful beer to behold. I'm actually slightly transfixed by it. Enough about that. Let's get more into this here. Very citrusy, but distinctly lemon. I don't usually get that with a citrusy aroma on a beer, that any particular notes come forward, but that is definitely lemon. Not really getting anything else other than that citrusy and lemon. Maybe a bit earthy. Very pleasant aroma. Like I said, I could smell it from way back here when I was pouring it, but that seems to have subsided a bit. That's pretty good. It's very smooth. Slightly heavy mouthfeel, actually. Heavier than I would have expected for a beer of that color. That earthiness is really coming through. That slight tinge of earthiness I was catching on the back end of the lemon aroma is really coming through in the taste. It's got a very solid malt backbone. There's unmalted, I think it was unmalted red wheat in here. Malted Maine-grown barley, unmalted Maine-grown red wheat, yep, and Maine-grown organic oats. That's probably contributing to that heavier than expected mouthfeel. Oats, for me at least, tend to really thicken that beer up. It's an interesting, different taste. It's still fairly citrusy as well. Mostly that's coming through in the aftertaste. Up front, it hits you with the earthiness, that medium heavy mouthfeel, and the really strong malt backbone. And I'm liking that combination of malts in there because that's just giving it a distinct character. And being a Belgian style ale, it's going to have a distinct character anyway. Not really picking up on the sourness that I normally associate with a Belgian style, but that may be because the citrus is actually covering up the unpleasant sour taste that I tend to associate with those. I'm having a hard time calling this one because it is a really great, really well-rounded beer, but nothing's actually blowing me away about it. I think based on the complexity alone and the fact that it's easy to drink and very pleasing overall as an entire sensory experience, I've got to hit this with a 4 out of 5. Just a really great, excellent, well-rounded beer, but nothing that's really blowing me away and making me say, wow. Ooh, pardon me, but definitely far above average. I really like it. But make sure to go out and get yourself a bottle of your own. Hit me up down in the comments or the email link down below. I want to know what you think about this beer. I'm also going to throw a little user poll up here. It'll give you a chance to rate the beer from 1 to 5. Get some feedback there. I want to hear what you have to say. Until next time, folks. Cheers. Now, a little while back, we did a bit of a comparison with the Not Your Father's Hard Root Beer review.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for the beer, man. So, highly recommended by you. The Extreme Beer Fest this weekend. We'll be able to get a hold of, I believe it's the American